Hi. Today we are going to see how we can be able to implement an inverted type of star pattern. So we are going to see how we can be able to implement this. Okay. We know that in general, so what we will be doing is whenever we were about to create an inverted type of design, inverted type of rectangle. So what we will be doing, we will be creating a normal triangle, right? So in this case, what we are going to do is take for an example, as the triangle is generally inverted in the sense, so it will be in the size of this. So within which we will be generally separating this. So within which for all these things we have to fill up the space. Then only we can be able to fill the stars here. So that's the major pattern that we will be using here. It is a three matrix. So for that. Actually, we will be using three for loops actually, within which we can be able to implement that. One for space. Okay. So let's take empty space. So the light pink, na, so this we can be able to take it as a simple space. And let's take one more other for loop. So which is for this dark pink color. Okay. So for this dark shade, I'm going to take this one. Okay, so this is how we are going to create. Let's check how we can be able to fill the condition for I is equal to 0 and I is less than n, I plus plus. So simply we are going to create it. Within which what I'm going to do is for j na, so j is equal to 0. Okay, one condition I'm going to put. So j is less than I. So in this condition, I'm going to create like j plus plus. So this is what I'm going to create. And yes, so we are going to fill it in the inverted manner. So because it is for stars, right? So the dark pink color we will be maintaining for stars. So what we are going to do over here, I'm going to make like j is equal to n minus 1. J is greater than or equal to 0. So in this case, we can be able to create it. Okay, so j minus minus. So within which we will be printing all our stars, right? Okay, so as of now, we have completed all these things over here. And we are going to use like system.out.println. So through which all the elements will be printed in the next line. So that this is how we can be able to implement it. Okay. Let's see how we will be actually implementing. In before that, we will see like we know that exactly like whenever we were about to use the zeros, we know like it was I index and the second one will be the J index, right? So as far as we have used I is equal to J minus 1 over here, right? So we have used I is equal to J minus 1 wherein so we know that can we be able to execute this so such that we can be able to understand. Okay, so over which I is equal to 0, right? So this will be executed 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. Okay, so within which we will take only the shaded part because we can take the star part and then we can be able to consider the space part. So this is the first thing that we will be taking into consideration. Okay. So this J part, that is this one, we will be going to take. So over here, what is the condition that they have given? J is equal to n minus 1. So what is n minus 1? 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So these many times as an inverted way, the star will be getting printed, right? So this is what will be happening. Apart from this, so what will happen? J will be getting decremented. So what will be the next one? 3, 2, 1, 0. So this will be the for I is equal to 1 and J will be this. Apart from this, so what will be the next one? 2, 1, 0. So this will be executed in the second I is equal to 2. 1, 0 will be executed for the third iteration, and for the fourth iteration, we will be having, like 0 will be executed. So now for the star type of inverted patterns that we will be implementing. Okay, so this is how. So for stars, we will be implementing. Take for example, if it is a 3 into 3 matrix, so it will be implemented like that. Okay, so let's check for the empty spaces. So empty spaces is pretty easier because what we will be doing is we won't be taken into consideration. So only these two conditions will be taken, right? We know that like I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, and we will be also having j is equal to 0, j is less than I, right? J plus plus. So in this condition, what will happen is, so we know that for 0, take for example, for 3 into 3 matrix, what will be that? 0, 1, 2, right? So 0, 1, and 2. So for all these things, I'm going to create j, right? So when j is equal to 0, I'm initializing, I'm just checking the condition, okay? So in this condition, 0 less than 0, na? So it is not possible. So we will be just leaving it, okay? So in the next condition, I'm going to check for j is equal to 0, right? So that will not be also getting executed. So over here, only one star will be getting printed. So sorry, one empty space will be getting printed. And again, within two, what will happen? Two empty spaces will be getting printed. So let's go to the implementation part. Okay, so for inverted triangle, you can see the implementation for this part. Let's initialize I, j, okay, as of now. And let's directly initialize like n is equal to, take for example, we can directly initialize it as 5 because we are going to concentrate upon how we are going to create. Okay. So for I is equal to 0, I is less than n, and we have I plus plus, right? So within which, as I have already told, we will be creating two for loops. Okay. Okay. So two for loops that we will be creating. One for what? One for star, right? So one for space because space has to be first executed. Yes, space has to be first executed. Okay. So let's have space over here, and then one for star, right? So let's directly print it like system dot out dot print and print star. We have printed, right? Okay. As I have already told, each and every time the I block will be getting executed, so it should come to the next line. We are printing that as well. Over here, what we are going to do, we are going to initialize it as j, right? So j is equal to 0. For space, right? So what I have told, j is less than I, and we are going to create like j plus plus. So this is what we are going to do. Okay, let's just import all the packages, then let's see what will happen. Import java.input output of stack. Okay, so over here we have not yet completed now. That's why it's showing some errors. Okay, let's complete this and check what's happening. Great. J is greater than or equal to 0 and j minus minus. So this is how we are going to create. And yes, we have completed. So that's it, simple code. So we can just run and check what will be the output. Oh, got it. So I have mentioned, so this value should be equal to I. Will tell you what, because each and every time whenever we were about to initialize the value, so that should be equal to the value of I. Then what will happen? So all those I and j values will be printed. So this is how we can be able to like create an inverted triangle pattern.